Hey guys, it's Shelly from Clean Green Being. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you don't mind, before you leave, hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification icon below, I would greatly appreciate it. And lastly, if you find the information in today's video helpful, be sure to hit the like button. So in today's video, I'm going to be applying a full face using 100% pure makeup products. So if you aren't familiar, 100% Pure has a commitment to producing the purest and healthiest products to their consumer. They have a no list on their website that lists a number of ingredients that they will never put into their products. A few of those ingredients include aluminum, antimicrobials such as triclosan, chemicals sunscreen such as oxybenzone, coal tar, dimethicone, formaldehyde, and more. What's also nice about 100% Pure products is that, especially their cosmetics, they are colored and dyed with natural fruit pigments, which consist of fruit, vegetable, tea, and other plant-based pigments. And these pigments actually help to make your skin healthier, and they are used in place of very toxic and harmful synthetic dyes and coloring. So artificial dyes like red 40, blue 6, and yellow 5, these are very toxic colorings that are used in conventional products. And the problem with this is that these synthetic colors contain harmful coal tar, lead, mercury, and other heavy metals, which of course is terrible for our health. All right, so with that being said, let's just go right ahead and jump right into the footage of me creating this look using 100% Pure products. All right, so we can just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start out by priming my face. I totally messed up because I thought I still had some of my 100% Pure hydrating primer in my makeup collection, and I could not find it to save my life. However, I'm going to put in a picture right here as to what the primers look like. They have a mattifying primer and also a hydrating primer. I have tried the hydrating primer and I really like it, so just as kind of an FYI. However, in place of the 100% Pure primer today, I'm going to be using the Glow Face Mist by Lila B. I've been really loving this mist. It smells very fresh. It is really lovely, and I really like this as a primer. All right, so moving on to foundation, I have the 100% Pure Fruit Pigmented Water Foundation. This is supposed to be a hydrating foundation that is still full coverage, and it also says it provides a dewy finish. And I have mine in the shade Warm 1.0. This is for fair skin tones with a warm peach undertone. And lastly, I do want to mention, like all of 100% Pure products, this foundation is vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free, non-toxic, and contains natural ingredients. And I'm going to blend the product out with this Real Techniques dense foundation brush. So with initial blending, it does look like it's going to be full coverage. I can still see a little bit of my redness peeking through on my cheekbones, but I'm going to add a little bit more product to see if I can layer it. So far, the product does feel very lightweight. The color isn't bad, so I'm just going to add a little bit more product to my cheeks just to see if I can build it up to a full coverage. The product does blend out really nicely, I would say. Okay, so that is with a little bit of extra product layered on my cheekbones, and it is definitely covering my redness. I'm actually really liking the look and finish of this foundation. I don't usually like dewy foundations. To me, they feel heavy. However, this I would say is more satin finish. However, I have normal to dry skin, so sometimes dewier foundations don't look as dewy on me. I also want to mention that initially this product is not settling into my marionette lines, and I'm really liking the finish. I don't typically like full coverage foundations. However, this one might be a winner. All right, so moving on to concealer, I do have 100% Pure's Second Skin Concealer. I have mine in the shade 2. So this is supposed to be a second skin-like formula. It's also supposed to be buildable and a natural finish. Probably could have gone a lighter shade, however, I think this was kind of my only option, so we'll just have to work with it. To blend it out, per usual, I am using my RMS Beauty Skin to Skin Foundation Brush. This concealer is definitely not the correct shade. However, can make it work. I wish it matched the foundation because I like how the foundation is looking right now, but that's okay. So I don't know if it's a color issue. I'm having a little bit of a problem blending it out. I think maybe the color is just throwing me off. It's looking like it's sitting on top of my skin. It's just not like melting into my skin like I would expect a good hydrating concealer to do. However, I think the coverage is nice. It's not too dry. It is hydrating. But so far, not terrible for a concealer. All right, so for bronzer, I have their Cocoa Pigmented Bronzer. This bronzer is formulated with 100% fruit pigments, and this consists of chocolate, peaches, and berries, and this is supposed to warm up your complexion. So this is what the bronzer looks like. It is not too warm for at least my complexion. They did have a few colors based on your skin tone, so this was the lightest option. There's also no shimmer in this bronzer. I just want to make mention of that because I know some people have an aversion to sparkly bronzers, which I don't necessarily blame them. I think the color of the bronzer is really pretty. I can tell I'm going to like it. It's basically blending out the product, and I did add a little bit more to build it, and I was able to do that. I think this is a really nice natural bronzer. I'm not having any issues blending it out. I think it looks very natural for my skin type. So I'm actually really happy about that because I really like finding good natural bronzers. All right, next is blush, and I have their Fruit Pigmented Blush Powder, and I have mine in the shade Peppermint Candy. There's not a whole lot of description about this blush other than, again, it has these fruit pigments, and it contains healthy vitamins and other skin nourishing antioxidants. I do want to mention before I start applying the blush that the powder for the bronzer was really, really smooth. It wasn't chalky, and I'm hoping that will hold true for the blush as well because I did think it was a nice, soft, buttery powder. The powder feels very similar to the bronzer. It is smooth. I have a feeling this is going to be pretty pigmented just by kind of playing with it initially. Yeah, this looks just like a very natural kind of standard pink blush. Yeah, I think this is really pretty. I only dipped my brush into the product once, and I was able to get this color payoff for both cheeks. So it is pigmented, but I think it really puts out a nice kind of natural flush. Yeah, this is really pretty. I think both the blush and bronzers are really nice. I think they give you kind of what you want from this type of product. The colors are nice, the powders are nice and smooth, they're blendable, they're buildable. I really like both of these, the blush and bronzer. So I guess we can do a little check-in with the foundation. I'm still liking the finish. The concealer is okay. Again, I think the color's throwing me off because I am noticing the lines and wrinkles under my eyes kind of being accentuated, so I'm not a fan of that. However, the foundation isn't settling into my lines, and I think the finish is nice. All right, moving on to highlighter, I have their Gemmed Luminizer in the shade Rose Gold. So this product is supposed to reveal glowing and luminous skin. I'm actually kind of excited to try this highlighter because I have liked the powders for the blush and bronzer so much. It looks like it's in the same type of packaging as both the blush and bronzer, so I'm hoping the powder formula is consistent. So this is what the highlighter looks like. Again, I got it in a rose gold. Just from feeling the powder, it feels very smooth. However, the true test is actually applying it on the cheeks, of course. Wow, I was not expecting that. I guess it's what I was hoping for, but that is really pretty. The luminosity is there. It just gives you a beautiful rose gold sheen. I like it paired with this blush. Watch me go overboard. I think the powder is really nice. It is similar to the blush and bronzer. It's not looking chalky or accentuating any sort of texture on my cheeks. I'm really excited about these 100% pure powders. I mean, the shine of this highlighter rivals some of the conventional highlighters that I have tried. I'm not kidding. I mean, it is really, really nice. So moving on to eyeshadow, I do have 4 shades from their Fruit Pigmented pressed eyeshadow collection, and these are actually an Allure Best of Beauty winner for 2019, so I'm really excited to try these shadows. So I'm gonna probably start with this creamy white shade as a base to my lid so that I can kind of use it as a priming shadow. These powders are really smooth as well. So now I'm gonna move in with the shade Flaxseed, and I'm gonna use it on my crease as a transition shade. And I'm just using a typical kind of blending / crease brush to put the color into my crease. This is a very sheer shade, I would say. So I'm gonna go in with Petal Tip and kind of build it on top and blend it into my crease. This is kind of a taupey purple. I think it is really pretty. These are soft, smooth shadows. They're not chalky. Yeah, not bad. I actually kind of like it. Okay, so I might go in with a different palette real quick just to kind of add a little bit of dimension to the outer V. I was hoping to use Petal Tip. I thought it was gonna translate to be a little bit darker, and I was gonna use that as my outer V color. So with that being said, I'm gonna go in with my Aether Beauty eyeshadow palette. This is their Rose Quartz Crystal Gemstone palette. It is so gorgeous. I'm gonna go in with the shade Heartstone real quick to just kind of blend it. All right, so for my lid, I'm gonna go in with the shade Cinnaban. This is supposed to be a shimmer shade. So I'm gonna actually wet my brush real quick to see if maybe that will enhance the shimmer. Yeah, it's really pretty if you wet your brush a little bit and you can get more of that shimmer and sheen from the shadow. Pretty. I like the shadows. Again, I think I need to get some deeper shades to get a really full kind of accurate assessment on them. However, I think the powders were nice. I was able to create a nice soft look. I was able to get a nice sheen from the shimmer shadows. However, I did have to wet them, so I'll let you decide whether or not that's something you're okay with. And I'm gonna go back in with the highlighter to highlight the inner corners of my eyes and also my brow bone. All right, so I'm actually really liking this rose gold kind of mauvey purple vibe. I'm really into this eye look, and I think it turned out a lot better than kind of what I was initially expecting as I was kind of getting going on it. However, I am really happy with everything that I've tried so far, minus the concealer. I'm just not into it. It is creasing and it's just looking a little bit heavy. The foundation is, again, really nice. It's holding up. It is lightweight. It's not oxidizing now that I've had it on my face for 30 or 40 minutes. All right, so moving on to mascara, I'm going to be using their Ultra Lengthening Mascara that contains black tea, cocoa, and other berries to kind of create a rich black pigment, again, in place of synthetic colors. The brush is a long, kind of narrow, natural bristled mascara brush. It's supposed to lift, lengthen, and also not have any smudging, flaking, or anything like that. All right, so with one layer, I actually think my lashes look pretty. They are separated. I definitely think it helps to lift them. Whether it holds a curl, that's another story. However, I like the brush. I'm able to distribute the product evenly across my lashes. I actually like this mascara. Very slight scent to it. I would say it's more of a berry smell, hence there are berries in it. All right, and that is 2 layers of the mascara. I actually really like this. I always go into new mascaras kind of doubting them without even trying them. And I didn't have high hopes. However, I think this mascara is nice. I was able to build it. I like the brush. It dries quickly, which is good for me because that means my curl will hold longer and I'm not noticing any initial irritation. All right, and lastly for lips, I'm going to be using one of their liquid lips and I have it in the shade Truffle. It's kind of like a mauvey nude shade. So the product does have kind of an angled doe foot that has a little point at the top. I like this because it helps me be more precise with my application. Ooh, very thin liquidy formula. It does kind of have a chocolatey cocoa vibe in terms of scent. It's not bad, but it is more prominent than any other products that I have tried today. It may be a natural scent, but some people are just sensitive to any scents whatsoever, so I just wanted to call that out. Alright, so that completes my full face look using 100% pure products. I was really pleasantly surprised by how much I liked everything that I used today. I would have to say that my least favorite product was the concealer. However, everything else I will definitely use again. Let me know in the comments down below if you have tried 100% pure products and what your thoughts are. I'm interested in hearing what your favorites and what your least favorites are. And with that being said, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to view today's video. I really appreciate your viewership. Clean Green Being has new uploads every Sunday and Wednesday. So if you're interested in viewing all of our future content, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon below so that you can be notified of all of our future uploads. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.